Hello and welcome back to my channel. Light Skin and Proud of It is what we are over here. Yes, we are. Today's topic, I wanted to talk about a common situation that continuously happens between light-skinned women and darker-skinned Black women. Or should I say, it's really a one-sided situation, so it's not really between us. It's more of a issue that is projected onto us from darker-skinned Black women. Now, before I get into the topic, I do want to go ahead and put a disclaimer at the beginning of my video that I'm not saying all darker skinned Black women do these things. However, in my personal experience on this earth, the majority of darker skinned Black women that I do encounter, I do experience it from. And I would like to also say someone had made a comment on one of my videos, I guess saying that I don't have to do disclaimers at the beginning of my videos. I choose to do disclaimers because I have a lot of darker skinned women that subscribe to my channel for whatever reason. Some of them have commented that they understand the issues that I'm speaking about because they actually experience the same issues with darker skinned women, and these are darker skinned women that are on my channel. So for whatever reason, they are able to identify and relate to the things that I'm speaking of. So although my channel is, yes, mainly for lighter skinned Black identifying women or mixed identifying women, I do like to put that disclaimer at the beginning of my channel, just because that's the type of person I am. I don't want people, who are subscribed to me to feel like I'm just attacking a specific shade of woman just to be doing it. So that is why I do the disclaimer. If you do not do the things that I'm speaking of and you're a darker skinned woman, then of course you don't have to take offense to the things that I'm saying. However, there are a very large number of your counterparts that do these things to lighter skinned women. So that is why I discuss them. So what I wanted to talk about today was something that I call the death stare. That's right, the death stare. DEATH, stare. I call this the death stare because it is literally a dead stare that some darker skinned Black women give a lighter skinned Black woman as soon as they make eye contact with her. And again, this is something that is really universal. It doesn't matter, it's not like only pertaining like to a certain city. This is all over. So as a lighter skinned Black identifying woman, when we walk in a room and there is 1, 2, or 3 darker skinned Black women. I'm not talking about light brown. I'm not talking about brown, even though they can do it too. But I'm speaking of specifically the really, really dark skinned women. As soon as we walk in the room, if you pay attention, you're going to immediately see these women give you this stare. And it's not like a look that's like welcoming. So it's not like a look that, you kind of nod your head when you see someone when they walk in, or you do a simple smile. No, That's not what light-skinned women get from these women when we walk in a room. It is an immediate stare. The stare usually lasts, I would say, anywhere from maybe 5 to 10 seconds. It can last longer, but yes, it's usually a stare that lasts anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. It's not a friendly stare at all. It's an intense stare, and it's actually quite uncomfortable. And I think that a lot of lighter skinned women, honestly, I think we're kind of used to it. So we just kind of, we're probably the first ones to kind of look away, and kind of act like we don't see it, but we see it. Now, in some situations, this death stare, it's going to continue. It doesn't just end after 10 seconds. Majority of the time, you will be able to see out of your peripheral view this person, this woman, looking at you throughout the whole duration of your presence. So whether you're there for 10 minutes, whether you're there for an hour in a meeting, or just, in a space where you have to be with this person, you are going to feel and you're going to see out of your peripheral view the stare, the death stare, staring you down. And like I said, as light-skinned women, we have adapted to this type of behavior. We're so used to it that we just simply try to ignore it. I don't know any lighter skinned woman that would stare back and stare her down. If you have done that before, let me know. There's no need to do that. But I do think that collectively, as lighter skinned women, we already know what it is. Like, we already know what to expect if we are entering into a space where there are going to be darker skinned Black women. And many times, as a lighter skinned Black woman, preferably on the high yellow end, I'm talking about light skin, usually there are not many of us in the room. There are not many of us in the room. It's usually going to be more of a darker skinned women, or more of, darker brown or brown skinned women, more of them than more of us. So usually in these spaces, we are usually the only one that is that light skin in that room or in that space. And so I think that we have just kind of adapted to the behavior that we get from darker colored Black women. We've adapted to it, and we're used to it. So we just kind of try to look past it. But yes, it's a real stare. It's called the death stare, or at least that's what I call it, because it feels like a death stare. It's not friendly. It's just not friendly. And this is something that we have to deal with. This is something that we have to deal with when we are going into these spaces. And I wish that it was not like this. I wish that this was not a topic that I actually had to make a video on, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And it's very uncomfortable, especially if you're entering into a room where it is majority darker skinned people in general in that room, versus you're going into, like a meeting, and there's different color, there's different races of people, and you might have a couple of dark skinned Black women in that room. Yes, you're still going to get that death stare, but it's much different, and it's much more intense when you are the only light-skinned person and you're entering into a room with predominantly darker skinned, black identifying people. You're going to get death stares from everybody. For real. You're going to get death stares from everybody. And it's going to be worse if there's men in the room. The men are going to be lusting over you. So not only do you have the death stare eyes on you, but you also have the lustful eyes on you. And it's just a really, really uncomfortable position to be in. So if you have experienced this, death stare that I'm speaking of, comment below. Let me know. Let me know your experience. Where do you experience it at? And another thing about this death stare, it is not minimized to just like one group of people or one type of person or one class of person. Oh no. This death stare can be from high up professionals. Okay. It could be from doctors. It can be from lawyers. It can be from, top end professionals with money. Or it could be from a lower class of people that don't have money. That's what's so interesting about it. It does not matter the class. You are going to get that stare. You're going to get that death stare no matter where you're at when you are in the presence of darker skinned black women. And I don't know what's going through their mind when they give us the stare. I really don't. I have noticed that sometimes some women I have seen, they'll give you that stare, but then they'll try to, I guess you can say, kind of be cordial with you and try to smile after that and, try to seem like they're not really bothered by you, like they're doing their own thing and they're not tripping on you. But if you have discernment, you already saw the death stare as soon as you walked in the room. So you already saw the look that they gave you. And you're already basically put on notice. You're already aware of the energy. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful. But this is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to discuss the death stare and put it out there to let people know what we deal with as light-skinned black women out here, what we have to deal with. Just entering in basic spaces, going into job interviews, going into meetings, really entering any type of space. Going, at the grocery store, going into the line where the cashier, you're coming up on the cashier and she's a darker skinned black woman. You will even get it from some of them. I've gotten it. I mean, I could keep this video going longer, but I've gotten it from probably every profession that you can think of. That's why I said it doesn't matter the title. It doesn't matter the class that they're in. It doesn't matter. So if you have experienced this death stare, I just want to let you know that you are not alone. It is not just you. It is very, very real. Okay. And this is something that comes along with being our shade in the black community. I honestly feel like lighter skinned people, we are like the celebrities of the black community. I really do. I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm just saying that out of the way that we get treated in society by the black community. The way that we get treated. It's almost like we're celebrities. And It's definitely taken me personally a long time to kind of adapt and to realize that, it's nothing wrong with me, because in the beginning, I really didn't understand, what was going on. Um, and I had a mother, my mother is not light skinned. My father is light skinned. My mother is not dark skinned, but my mother is a medium brown shade of woman. But growing up, she never prepared me. She never explained to me you're a lighter shade, you're going to experience this, you may experience this. She never explained that to me. So I had to go through that on my own. And it's really interesting to me, because it's like me and my siblings were all light skinned. We're all lighter than my mother. And she never talked to us about that, I have my own theories around that. But anyway, that's why I made this channel, because I want people who are going through the things that I talk about to understand that it's not just them, and it is really happening. Okay. Well, that is it for today. I hope I brought some clarity to somebody out there, and I hope that you're not questioning yourself over and over again after you watch my video. I hope that you're able to relate to my content, and I just appreciate all of you being here. We are light-skinned and proud of it over here. Yes, we are very proud of it. And I really hope to see all of you again on my very next video. Bye-bye.